Oh, hello there. You know how sometimes the self-help books are like really boring to read, and sometimes they're too complicated concepts that you can't apply in your daily life? Well, in this book, I have tried to make it a little more interesting and a simplified, complex concept, and give a lot of practical advice that you can implement right away in your life to rewire your anxious brain. So today we are going to read from chapter 5, strategy 5, from Ultimate Toolkit to Rewire Your Anxious Brain. All right, so strategy 5, respond wisely, use behavioral change to rewire your anxious brain. The next morning, Sarah, Lisa, and Grandpa walked to the nearby forest trail. The path curved gently through tall trees, the leaves rustling above in the early morning breeze. Sunlight filtered through as if someone had painted the pathway with alternate lines of light and shade. Sarah walked ahead, her boots crunching softly over damp gravel. Grandpa John strolled beside her with his hands folded behind his back, taking in the stillness. Lisa was walking behind with a thermos of tea in hand. A fourth set of footsteps padded quickly behind them. "Wait up," called her breathless voice. Nina appeared around the bend, winded but smiling, her cheeks pink with exertion and something else, nervous energy. "I almost didn't come," she said, adjusting her hoodie and stepping beside Lisa. "Woke up this morning and immediately thought of 5 reasons to skip. What if I'm too slow? What if I say something awkward? What if it's weird? But then I figured anxiety has steered the wheel long enough, and I don't want to let it continue." Lisa gave her a warm smile. "I'm glad you made it." Nina laughed. "To be honest, my brain is still yelling at me to turn around, but my feet are ignoring it." Grandpa John glanced back with a wink. "Sounds like wisdom in action." Sarah raised an eyebrow. "Wisdom?" Lisa nodded. "Wise mind, that place where your emotional brain and your thinking brain work together. It doesn't mean you feel calm. It means you listen to the fear and move forward anyway, because something deeper matters more." Nina slowed her pace. "For me, it's this perfectionism thing. If I can't be at my best, I don't show up at all. But lately, that's just turned into isolation." Sarah looked over. "So today you showed up even if it was not perfect?" Nina smiled. "Exactly. My brain was like, abort mission, but I laced up my shoes and walked out the door." When fear says freeze, here's how you move forward anyway. You have learned to calm the storm. You've started to understand the thoughts fueling the fire. But here's the truth about anxiety: if you don't take action, it will keep running the show. Avoidance is anxiety's favorite fuel, and the longer you wait to feel ready, the more power fear gains. That's why the final part of Mind CPR, respond, isn't about thinking differently. It's about doing differently. This chapter is your invitation to step forward, not because the fear is gone, but because something else matters more. We'll discuss how to act with your wise mind, build routines that train resilience, and reclaim your freedom one brave step at a time. Why it works. Response matters. Lisa stopped beside a mossy log and turned toward the group. "We have talked about calming the nervous system. We have practiced processing anxious thoughts. But this, what Nina just did, is the next step. The R in the Mind CPR formula. Respond." She looked at Sarah. "Let's talk about choosing how to act when anxiety whispers don't. It's about building new behavioral patterns, one that retrain your brain over time." Grandpa John added, "When you start doing the things you care about, even in small ways, you are teaching your brain that fear doesn't get to decide your life." Sarah picked up a leaf and twirled it in her fingers. "So it's not about waiting until I feel ready. No, Lisa said. It's about showing up because your values say it's worth it, even when anxiety tags along for the ride. Sarah looked down the trail ahead, where sunlight danced through a clearing. So calming helped me slow the storm. Processing helped me listen to what it was trying to say. And now, Lisa nodded, adjusting the strap of her backpack. Now comes the most powerful part, what you do with all that insight. This is where change really happens, not just inside your head, but in your life. Nina glanced over. Even if I still feel scared, especially then, Lisa said. Each time you take a small, intentional step, even with fear tagging along, you are retraining your brain. You're saying, my values get to lead, not my anxiety. And the more you show up anyway, Grandpa John added, the more your brain learns, this is safe. I can do this. You're literally carving new pathways. So, Sarah asked, this step is about action? Lisa smiled. Action that's aligned with who you are. Routines that build confidence. Habits that calm the body through doing. Choices that help you respond with your whole mind, not just your fear. It's not about being fearless, it's about being brave enough to move anyway. Nina took a breath, her shoulders softening. All right, let's walk into it. If you want to read more and learn more of these practical tools, you can order your copy of Ultimate Toolkit to rewire your anxious brain today by clicking the link given. Till next time, Dr. Rozina.